algae and stuff like navel. Evans Pond. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Joey. There's Josie. This is Papa and Josie's homesteading. Hope everybody's doing all right today. Hope everybody's trying to stay cool, or cool in our area anyway. Some of you might not be having as much problem, but it's in the mid 90s here right now and humid. Animals are struggling, trying to keep up. So that's what we're gonna do this evening. This is already pretty late tonight, but digging out this water hole, Gary and Bella. It's kind of small, and a lot of times when Gary got in there, if he got right in the middle, it didn't leave much room for Bella. So we're gonna try to see if we can make it just a little bit bigger. Usually a pig will wallow it out and make it bigger on its own, but I think it's got so much rock and so many roots more than anything. There's a lot of roots in that one. And I think they're having trouble rooting it out to make it bigger, because that one up there behind the barn, they've made that thing huge, and it's holding water. It holds water really good now. So hopefully they can get this one a little bit bigger and get it to where it'll hold water for them, and won't have to worry about filling it up all the time or anything like that. But we got a oddball in here. She keeps climbing up. It's the only thing I can figure. She's climbing up over there where Francine's at right now, and then jumping over here or something, I guess. I don't know. But she's getting over here. That's the only thing I can figure she's doing. She's getting over there and jumping over, which would be really weird. I don't know why she would do that. But, giving Bella a shower? Yeah, I bet Bella loves that. She got out of the shower?
I'm going to get them some water.
Honey, just put water in the mud hole right now. They don't need water in their bowls. That's because that's where we feed them at. But we're going to put some water in this mud hole. We'll go over here and check on everybody else. Watch White Billy.
Papa, can you turn it off? What is that mean?
That fence is still on.
You didn't turn it off?
Alright. Sorry, we got sidetracked a while ago. I got a phone call I had to take. But we're hot now. I can't remember where I was at on the video. So, but we've been hot the last couple of days. We're up in the 90s now. Very humid, very hot. So watering and trying to keep the animals cool is become a big issue to have to deal with every day. So like those meat chickens over there, right now, I think these are gallons maybe, 4 a day. Just for those meat chickens, just 10 chickens over there, which are way more than our other chickens. Yeah, I'm filling up this water again. But by far, the meat chickens are probably the one that's being the biggest issue right now with water. I know you got a rabbit bar. We've been watering rabbits too. But yeah, they're going through 4 of these a day, which should start getting a little easier tomorrow. I'm gonna be processing some of these tomorrow, so it should help relieve some of this. Yeah, these chickens are, for the most part, they stay in the shade. The way that's built, they got a spot they can get in the shade all day long. But it is still very stressful on these Cornish cross chicks. They are not built for cold or heat. They're very, very easily stressed. So kind of a one I really got to watch for is these. Like I said, there's some, I don't know if y'all watched other videos, some of these, all these are sold to somebody else, and he wants to make sure I keep them under 5 pounds. So there's some of them getting ready to be processed tomorrow. We're going to try to process them in the morning. Quit drinking out of that, Goopy. Because probably not the best thing to drink out of. But the rest of the chickens, they don't really go through the water that much. Like, I'm gonna have to get these over here some water, but their water mainly is because they dump it out, getting in there just acting goofy. So we'll have to get them some water, but they're not near as bad about getting stressed out and things. But the next animals that are hard to take care of when it gets warm weather like this is the rabbits. All right, bring a bottle over here. They'll either drink through a whole bottle, or I just want to change the bottles out just because they've been sitting out in the heat all day. But I usually just fill up this bucket, which has already got some in it, and hold it down here and fill it up. Josie's going to do this one.
Because it's a girl.
Because it's a girl rabbit?
Is it a girl?
I don't think so. I think it's one of the rabbits on the inside. They're both boys. Keeping them fresh, cold water, because if I give them water in the morning, usually by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that water is either gone or super hot. So I go ahead and switch it out. So they're getting water switched out twice a day. The ones on the inside, which is where this one come from, not as much because it's inside, it's in the shade. It's not getting that sun. Which all my rabbit cages are built to where they're in the shade most of the time. Here it is, it's right here. And I done that on purpose. So they're, rabbit can handle the cold better than they can the heat. So I build all my cages to where they're in the shade in the summertime, so they don't have to deal with that direct sunlight. So all the water bottles, other than just a couple hours of the morning, are in the shade the rest of the day. But still, I can tell just like right now, we've been kind of busy today, so I not got on top of it today as early as I normally do as far as changing them. But the ones outside that still had water in them were pretty warm. We've got everybody's waters changed already. I said, rabbits, you can see how Rose here is all sprouted out. But, she's got this water cage and just helps them air out their ears. They do stuff with their ears to help cool themselves down. But they all seem to be handling the heat pretty good. We got our two girls over here. I did drape a piece of plastic over this just to keep some of that morning sun out of there, because both of them have babies in there. I don't know if y'all can see. There's the nesties. You can see kind of some of that fur moving around a little bit with these babies. And her nest is back there in that back corner. Can't make it out at all because black fur and it's dark in there. Neither one of them use the nesting boxes, which they hardly ever do. And that's why I like this cage. It has that concrete floor in it. And that might be why they done it. That concrete floor might be cooler. But I put this plastic on there. That way that morning sun that comes up right through here gets blocked off. And they got that shade in the morning. Now, as far as the goats, I try to keep them fresh water in there. But as long as they got shade or a building or something to get into, goats don't seem to, the heat don't bother them that bad. They get less wanting to move around. I notice they usually tend to get out and graze and do their feeding and stuff early in the morning and late in the evenings. I got a couple different water trays in here for these three little does that's in here. I don't know where they're at right now. Just keeping them topped off and fresh, clean water in them. Now they're down there in the building. I hope that sky's picking up, man. We got a beautiful pinkish orange sky right now. It's almost dark. And good time. It's cooling off. I mean, I'm still kind of sweating a little bit right now. But it's pretty warm. Still yet, but it's a lot better than it has been today. We got out in the sun today, and it was hot. But we had a family reunion this morning that I went to, and I'm gonna put a picture in here right now. That little group of 5 that's left from my mom's side of the family, that group of 5 in their prime could have got you through any kind of famine or anything that probably would kill most people nowadays. That group of 5 right there. My mom's 2 sisters. My mom wasn't so much, we had gardens and stuff, but she wasn't as big into canning and a lot of the stuff as the other 2 women there. One of them especially. One, man, when her husband was alive and they were younger, they pretty much grew every single bit of their food. I mean, I'm sure they bought salt and maybe flour and stuff like that, but all their vegetables, meat, everything come right from their farm. They had, I don't know how many acres it was, maybe 30 acres. It wasn't a great big, boy, I did leave that gate open, didn't I? Man, I'm getting bad for leaving gates open. My 2 uncles that's left in that picture. One of them retired from IBM, but he did grow up on the farm and knew a lot of farming stuff. The other uncle actually had bought my papa's farm, 76 acres. He had that farm, him and his wife, when his wife is gone, she had passed away, but they raised most of their own food. He always had a beef, always killed a hog, chickens. They raised their own garden. She canned everything. They had a nice bird. I come over here to show y'all this water. I've got sidetracked on that. But the pigs are another big one when it's hot. They need a wallow, or at least some sort of swimming pool, sandbox with water in it instead of sand. Something. And this water, I usually dump this out because they'll get muddy. You know, they get in their wallow, get muddy, come over and get a drink. All that mud comes off and gets in there. So they're usually muddy. We got deer running around here like crazy right now. But about 3 times a day on their water. Just dump, because I got to dump it out. It's all nasty and dirty from all the dirt coming off of them. But let's go over here and we'll get these little chickens some water. And I need to get them some feed. I know they're out of feed. I'm going to have to up their feed. Since we put those other 6 chicks in there, they're going through a lot more. You can get in there, but you got to keep them from flying out. If they get up on the side, you got to keep them back in there. If they get out, get over at the puppies will eat them. Because they just will. Yellow will chomp them. And Bear's out right now too. Bear might chomp them. So I'm going to go over here and get them some water.
So Lucy won't?
I don't think Lucy will.
Lucy won't?
Yellow and Bear will. So if you see them fly up on the side, you got to get them. Hurry up and get them. Get them before they get out.
Okay, can I pet one?
Yeah, you can try to pet one.
I'm a little bit buddy.
You go get them some water.
Stop!
One just jumped up on the side. You get it down?
Yeah.
See, Yellow's over here waiting. Yeah, Yellow, we're just waiting for one to get out. There's the water. Let me go get them some feed real quick because they're out of feed too.
Why can't I put in?
Yeah, I'll let you put it. In from you?
Yeah.
Alright, that's got them took care of. So everybody's got water. That's the biggest thing with them. Water. Alright, let me have my bucket. Thank you. Water and shade. They got shade and access to some fresh air, I guess, and stuff like that. They, for the most part, they'll be fine, I would think. But that's what I do anyway. Fresh water, staying on top of it, and making sure they got access to shade. Now, the other things that we watch for is me and Josie, of course. We do have air conditioning in her little room over here, which we ain't been using it this year. There is an air conditioner in the camper. If you notice right here, I've had this attic fan for the longest time. But I had it down here on the back porch. I put it up here because it's got metal blades and that thing turns super fast. So I put it up there to make sure Josie didn't get no fingers in it, because that would whack some fingers off. What? Tear your fingers off with it. Yeah, me and her, like I said, we have that air conditioner over in the camper, so if it gets too hot, we can go over there. You know, got air conditioning at the house, of course. But if we don't want to go all the way to the house, we can just go right over here. But it's getting late, and I just thought I'd do a video real quick. Just trying to get Gary and Bella's mud hole a little bit bigger so they can get some mud. We got to feed the puppies. Y'all say it thundered a while ago. Heat thunder. Bear immediately got out. He hates thunder. But we're going to feed these puppies, and that'll wrap our night up, and we can go down to the house. We're going to have a pretty busy day tomorrow. And after tomorrow, we got a side job we're going to start doing for my father-in-law. He's wanting to run a water line over to his camper, and we're going to build a roof over top of his camper. So probably the rest of the week, we're going to be having that. And tomorrow starts Josie's Bible school, vacation Bible school. So we'll have that going on this week. So got a busy week. Got a busy day tomorrow. Busy rest of the week. Supposed to be, it's saying 80s and low 90s, but man, I know this thermometer on this morning over here. I know I looked at it earlier and it was 96. It's been hot. Well, we hope you guys are staying cool. Hope the weather's good where you're at. I know there's a heat wave over a big part of the country right now. And yeah, you can say bye. So I hope you guys are staying cool. And we'll catch y'all on the next one.